I remember packing up my car full of everything I owned, and I drove 17 hours to New York, and my agent was like, you know, if you don't make the team, like, you're gonna have to figure out how to get your stuff back home. I was like, I'm gonna make the team. So like, that's why I packed everything up in the first place.
What's up, everybody? We're back in the break room. It's Cody Pasby with you here on Mojobreak Media. Today, we are joined by one of the newest members of the San Francisco 49ers as football season is about to start. Defensive End Bryce Huff is joining us here in the break room. Bryce, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us.
Boss, thanks for having me, man.
Really appreciate you coming on, man. And what's the confidence level going into the season? I know just you're coming into an environment where it was kind of a down year for the Niners, some disappointments, injuries, all that. So how is everybody feeling going into 2025?
I feel like everybody definitely has a chip on their shoulder. I mean, that was kind of one of the first things my position coach told us, like, as the new guys coming in, he's like, yeah, y'all weren't here, but, you know, we got a chip on our shoulder. So just feel that energy, and I've definitely felt it. So, I mean, we've been working, like, all off season, like, all camp, OTAs. So I'm extremely excited to get this going week one and, like, just keep the energy high, like, coming out of camp.
Love it. I'm excited to see, especially you joining the defensive line. We were kind of talking about it off air. Some of the younger guys, too, getting drafted there. And then on top of all that, I think really maybe one of the biggest additions on both sides of the ball is the return of Robert Saleh. That was where you found a lot of success was under him with the New York Jets. What makes him stand out among not just defensive coordinators, but just any coaches that you've had in general, both maybe at the pro level, even at the college level? What makes Robert Saleh really unique and as good as he has been?
I feel like one of the best things about playing under Coach Saleh is, like, he's always going to put us in the best position to ball out, you know, especially being in that attack front. Like, that's something that you can't really replicate, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get off the rock and just be physical, and playing that style of ball just allows you to just be an athlete. Like, you're not thinking about, there's like 4 or 5 different things. When you get off the ball, you're thinking about one thing, and that's just like defeat the person in front of you. And then it's just like a ball player's scheme, you know, like the play calling is like, it definitely, like I said earlier, puts you in the best position to ball out. So
well, I know the Niners Nation is excited to have you here, excited to see what 2025 brings, and I think we're excited to see what's in these packs. We got a bunch of football we're going to open up today. So why don't we get started? We're going to start off with some Absolute Football 2024 packs.
Let's do it.
All right, we're starting things off 2024 Absolute Football. So one of the big chases in this, we call them kabooms. Those are short print cards, so there's a lot less of those around. They're always one of the more popular inserts in these products.
Yeah. Plus
2024 rookie class. The big chase is Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. A lot of those big names were the guys we were looking for. So let's start ripping them. Let's see what we get.
So we got a Dak Prescott here. I want to see any numbers on it.
All right.
That's cool. Garrett Wilson. Got a rookie card. Is it Adiza Isaac? The Ravens.
Okay.
J.C. Latham. Rookie card. And then Chris Jenkins.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. No, this is a little bit of a far cry. Though you started off with in our Fanatics Live with the national treasures, like you got like the cream of the crop right to start. So, but now you kind of getting the full view of like what we can do with football cards and sports cards in general here.
Xavier Worthy rookie card.
Okay, that's not bad.
Smooth. Cage Stover, Isaac Garindo, and Josh Allen. I see it right here. That's sick.
All right, so we got
and
Josh.
George Karlaftis.
Nice.
Braylon Allen, rookie card. That's cool. Malik Neighbors, CJ Stroud. That's got to be worth something, I'm sure.
There you go. Yeah.
Roman Wilson. And this one's like,
oh, nice. Yeah, nice little insert right there.
yeah, that's sick. Yeah, that's sick for sure.
All right. I like that. I do like that
And
insert.
then Matthew Stafford.
All right, last pack. See if we get the kaboom. Always a tough one to pull, but you never know.
Spencer Rattler. Ben Sinnott, DeAndre Hopkins. That's sick.
That's a nice D-Hop.
Yeah. This is rookie premier card. I think it's Braylon Allen again.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, the introducing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Rookie premier insert. It's a nice one.
And then Jahmyr Gibbs.
Couldn't give that kaboom, but still some nice stuff in there.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff to start things off. So I do want to ask, what was the biggest lesson or takeaway that you had professionally, and were there maybe some reflections off the field of kind of like what that whole experience taught you over the last year?
I mean, in all honesty, just keeping my mental in check. Yeah. Whether it's on the field, like stuff, or just like business or just like relationships in general, just like maintaining my peace no matter what. And that's one of the biggest factors for me when determining my success, is just like being able to like calm myself and just have like peace of mind when I just try to block out as much noise as possible so I can focus on controlling what matters. And yeah, that's just like what I do now, just going about my day and going about my process and just not worrying about anything else.
And that can be I know that how difficult that can probably be, especially in like the modern age of being a pro athlete.
Yeah.
Like you hear that, you know, it's 10, 20, 30 years ago. It's like maybe you get some guys calling on a sports radio show, but now it's like you log in and it's just instant. So
stop logging in.
Right.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah. It's interesting you mentioned like the mental side of it. You know, we've had conversations on this show where we've had athletes who say how important that is. It's as important as anything else.
The most important, because like without, I don't know if it's just like me, but like I didn't realize how bad my mental health was until leaving, you know what I'm saying, certain situations, and like being here, being able to just like take a step back and just breathe and just work and just focus on like what I do. I don't know. Just I had this entire summer to just really like take a step back and like put everything into perspective. Like I'm playing the game that I grew up, you know what I'm saying, dreaming about playing. Regardless of where I was playing it at, like that's what it was, and I kind of like was taken back away from that. So to be here and this summer just being able to just grind and just lock in and focus on my teammates and my coaches and the plan ahead, like that's pretty much what has gotten me back to where I am now. And I feel great. Like this is easily the strongest I've ever been going into a football season, and I credit that to me being able to really just have my nervous system in check, like my mental health in check. Like you walk around frustrated all day, you walk around mad all day, like that's poor mental health. You know, you gotta be able to control, you know what I'm saying, your state of mind. So yeah, I've been definitely putting that first, and that's definitely like led to better games in the weight room, better reaction times, better sleep, like all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's been great. It's
great advice too, I think, for players coming up too, where knowing that, like you said, it doesn't just checking in on yourself, doing what you need to do day in, day out to kind of center yourself and remind yourself. I like what you said too, that you grew up playing this, you play for fun. We all play, like we do this stuff because we love it and it's fun to do. So you kind of bring it back to that as well. It's very important. All right. Next box we're ripping, 2024 Donruss Football. This is a mega box, different type of, they got hobby boxes, mega boxes, blasters, all sorts of different kinds. So what we're actually going to do, we're going to split up the packs. We're going to do a little pack battle, we call it. Okay. Whoever gets the best cards, you know, I don't know what we win, but you know, you just win the respect of everybody in the room right now, I guess. So let's do it. Let's rip this thing open. Chasing all the same types of rookies that we're chasing in the previous 24 products. Plus, Downtowns is the big short print in this one, where some of the biggest players, legends as well, where you see like a cool little backdrop depending on like based on their city or some other element. May the best man win. Let's do this.
Well, that works. Got a Brock Purdy card.
There you go. Oh, look at that. I got George Kittle too.
Oh, nice.
There you go. All right, I got an optic red rookie. Michael Pratt, Packers.
I got a Dominators DJ Moore rated rookie, Jalen McMillan.
Okay. In Donruss, these are the big rookie chase that you want. So anything that's like numbered or any of the big names, those are always the ones you want. Oh, all right. Got some Bo Nix. Little bomb squad. I'll take that. And Anthony Gould.
This looks like a good one.
Oh, that's nice. Jatavian Sanders. Here we go. We just are doing well with Niners right now. They got an Isaac Guerrero. Jersey patch. Rookie. Phenom.
A Rome. What's that say?
Oh, is that Bears?
Adunze.
Oh, well, there you go. That's the best rookie card I think that we're going to get right there. All right. There you go. Bryce wins. I lose. All right. I know we touched on it a little bit already about things you collected in the past. You said a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh!, a little bit of Pokemon, but are you seeing collectibles and cards a lot more in the locker room? Are you seeing a lot more? Have you had any teammates either present or in the past where either they're bringing in boxes of cards or collectibles or anything like that?
I haven't really seen it in the locker room. I know like George came and bought some Yu-Gi-Oh cards and whatnot, but I mean I haven't seen too much of it. Yeah. I've seen a lot of like the
whatnot.
I've seen a lot of whatnot stuff.
So guys are going on whatnot like to what are they doing? Usually like bidding on stuff and
like kind of what we did earlier, like bidding on stuff, opening packs, like signing stuff.
Let's see, maybe we can get on the TV. We've heard some locker rooms of like, we put them all up on the TV, we all buy in. So we'll see. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Any stuff that you have kept through your career, like do you like to keep a lot of game worn stuff or game used stuff throughout your career, either whether it be from like high school till now, that you see as like a big like memorabilia keepsake for you?
We won some state championships in high school. I have no clue where my state rings are. Not gonna lie to you. Same thing in college. Like we won a championship. I never got my championship ring because I went to Texas to train for the combine, and I'm pretty sure it's like still in the equipment room in like a box somewhere.
Oh, really?
So I have to go back to Memphis. I haven't been back to Memphis since I graduated, so I got to go back and get that. Funny enough, like we also had bull rings in Memphis, and like the police station called me. They're like, "Yo, we found your rings in somebody's house. Like we need to send them to you." So like that's crazy. So they just sent me my rings like last year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been missing for 4 or 5 years. I guess somebody stole them. I never realized they were gone.
Right.
I move so much and I'm like on the road all the time. So
all right, jeez. All right, well, we got those rings. We still need to find the whereabouts of your other multiple rings. Yeah. High school ones, that's all right. Hopefully we can replace the high school ones with some real Super Bowl rings down the road.
For sure.
We don't have to worry about all that. So, all right, we're gonna rip into some Resurgence here. Let's actually get some big stuff right now. All right, we're ripping 2024 Topps Resurgence Football. This is a Break the Light version of this product, and low-key, very underrated product. This stuff we were pulling crazy RPAs out of this product, and obviously this is the one place where you're going to chase Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Bo Nix. Their autographs are exclusively in Top stuff this year, and we're guaranteed at least one rookie patch auto. So let's see what we get.
Steve Largent.
Okay, some old school.
Chris Carter. It looks sick.
Oh, we're getting a lot of old school. I like that. That's nice. That's sick, Chris Carter.
Steve Young, Conductors.
Oh, there we go. More Niner love.
Yeah, that's sick. Joe Alt. It's a signed Joe Alt, too.
Okay.
Surely this is worth something. We got a amped up Cooper DeJean.
Ooh.
Card.
Oh, the orange ink, too. That is nice. Super Bowl hero Cooper DeJean, of course.
Yes, indeed.
It's all in front and center.
And then we got Michael Hall Jr. and a signed Archie Manning QB card. It's kind of sick.
Nice. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Archie. Okay. That's a pretty good box, actually. So your journey to the NFL, and really just any player's journey to the NFL, is already full of so many challenges and obstacles, but throw in the fact that you were undrafted and you signed with the Jets as an undrafted free agent. And then on top of all that, it's 2020, all of the weirdness and craziness that went along with that. So if you just take us back to that whole process and like maybe let fans know things about like the things they may not understand about what happens post-draft, the whole being signed as an undrafted free agent. I always know they always start talking about like teams might have things lined up where they're like, oh, we like so-and-so and we're going to talk to them and bring them in. But just take us like the things that maybe fans don't quite know about that whole process.
So I just start like draft day, like first 2 days went by. I wasn't surprised or anything. I actually had a coach from the Titans tell me like we were looking at pick you up on day 2. but like that fell through. So day 3 comes by. I had a coach from the Jets that drafted my teammate Jannard from Memphis, and he drafted him to Cleveland. And he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna look at picking you up in the 4th round." So they ended up, I think they traded, like they drafted Brady Mann, and then they traded away the rest of their picks. So at that point, I just left. I didn't even want to watch the rest of the draft. I went on a drive, kind of like the mental health thing. Like I had to go clear my head. So I went to like the woods. I'm in like Alabama at my granny's house at the time, and I went like out to the woods, just like looking over the trees. I got a phone call. Thought I was getting drafted. The coach called, was like, "Yeah, I just want to let you know, like if you don't get picked up, we're gonna sign you undrafted." I was like, "All right, cool." So the draft eventually ended. They called me. They're like, "Yeah, we want to sign you undrafted. We're gonna give you such and such, like I think it was like 10K signing bonus, like 90 guaranteed." And my agent was like, "That's the best you're gonna get, so you might as well sign." I was like, "All right, cool." So I signed it, and everybody was just so excited. But I'm like, "Bro, what are we excited about?" Like I just did like the bare minimum on draft day. So
right.
I was honestly just pissed. Like I'm like, I got to get to work. Like that was the only thing in my mind. I have to get to work. I remember packing up my car full of everything I owned, and I drove 17 hours to New York after, like, we had our OTAs on Zoom, and then for camp it was still COVID, so like they couldn't like I don't know, like they couldn't have us all in, like we couldn't like be all in the team hotel at the same time. We had certain things, we couldn't all be at the facility at the same time. So when we first pulled up, they were still figuring out the parameters and stuff. So I had everything in my car loaded up, drove 17 hours, and my agent was like, "You know, if you don't make the team, like you're gonna have to figure out how to get your stuff back home." I was like, "I'm gonna make the team." So like that's why I packed everything up in the first place. But ended up being in there and just running meetings on Zoom for like the first month of camp and stuff like that. So that was crazy. But I mean, my coach there, we had Greg Williams and then Blake Williams, and then Coach Andre Carter. Like they had a plan for me out the gate, how they were gonna use me and stuff like that. So I feel like I was a more fortunate undrafted player since they had like a plan in place. That kind of gave me a bit of an upper hand when it came to getting acquainted to the scheme and the system. I just remember working nonstop. I remember every day. I didn't leave the facility till like 2 or 3 hours after the camp day, just working with my coach at the time, and he definitely put me in the best position to make the team. And then from that point on, I just kept, like, once I got my foot in the door, I just kept working and
it speaks to where you are now, where
yes,
you
sir.
parlay all that hard work into the big contract you signed last year, now here with the team that's going to be fighting for a Super Bowl chance in the 49ers. So that's incredible. And yeah, I mean, you said it already, but like the whole fact that all of that is happening in the middle of lockdowns and stuff too, where it's just a whole other thing that you can't even, like, no one can really give you any like advice of like, hey, this is how things are going to go in the NFL.
Yeah.
But then, on top of it, like, who knows? Yeah, all of this stuff too. Like nobody really, I'm sure there was nobody really who could say like, this is how you handle that part.
Yeah, I had no prior experience in the league. Of course, I'm a rookie, but like we had no fans, daily testing, contact tracing, like 6 feet everywhere. So there's stuff everybody was dealing with, but it was like enhanced just because we were kind of like breaking the rules, but having rules in place to make it like okay.
Right.
So we were doing the most.
It was a wild time, and I remember there being like Wednesday football because things would get delayed, and it was crazy. So that to me also, what you were talking about, driving 17 hours and all that, like that extra level of dedication it takes, isn't, again, if we're talking just like things people can learn and lessons, like you got to go that extra mile and or that extra however 1,000 miles that you went. All right, we're gonna wrap things up and chase some legends. This is Leaf Glory of the Game. Tons of Hall of Famers, tons of legends. You got everybody from Joe Montana to Patrick Mahomes in here, and it's been a topic of conversation, real game used memorabilia. This isn't throwing it on and rubbing it on your arms and throwing it in. This stuff is real game used stuff. So whenever you're ready, we can rip right into this thing. All right.
Okay, so out the gate we got a Jarrett Curtis sign card.
Okay.
36 of 99. Trevor Jackson 62 or no 52 of 99. Florida State card.
Okay. I was gonna say some of the NIL.
Got a Barry Sanders card.
Ooh, there we go.
That's sick. 37 of 40.
Very nice. And that's a little patch right there, Barry Sanders.
Yeah, it is a little patch
Nice.
right there too.
Nice.
Got a signed Peyton Manning card.
Yo!
And it's 7.
Oh.
It's 7 of 7.
Wow.
Jeez. That's sick.
So you talk about ending on a high note. Oh man, that's nice. Wow, there you go. Peyton Manning to end it. We said it was gonna. The way that box was going, I'm like, this last card is gonna be really good. No disrespect to the young college athletes, this might be an amazing box in a few years. But that's really, really good. That's an amazing way to end it. All right, we ended on a high note. Bryce, that was a lot of fun to end with that Peyton Manning, the Cooper DeJean. It's good stuff, man. And we're going to get you into cards collecting after the experience today. Yeah, maybe a couple more.
Possibly do some packs
on
a stream at some point. We'll see.
Well, you know where to find us if you want to get on breaks or anything. So we appreciate you coming on, man. Best of luck this season. Super excited to see what the 49ers can do this year and to shock the world again, man. There's a ton of great talent there, and we're excited to have you here in the Bay Area to be part of it. So appreciate your time. Best of luck, man.
I appreciate it.